Welcome to the Town Square at River Ranch. We're at Pour, and this is episode 1 of Glass Half Full with me, Rob Kirkpatrick. We're gonna take a break from all the hard news that we've had to talk about recently and talk about positive things, positive change in the community, and happy people.
She's a formidable force in downtown Lafayette, and after more than 6 months as CEO, Acadiana is taking notice of Anita B. She's made her cocktail selection, so we're ready to roll. From the Town Square at River Ranch, inside Pour Restaurant and Bar, this is Glass Half Full.
Anita B, welcome to Glass Half Full.
Thanks.
And our glasses are full. If you're by the way, what is this again? I can't remember.
This is an under the ginfluence of the Anita Triangle.
Cheers. We're a little bit a ways away from the Anita Triangle, but hopefully that means neither of us will disappear. All right, so this is basil and lemon.
Yeah.
And gin. Can I dig this out?
Sure.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep mine because I think it's part of the ambiance.
Can you bite this?
I wouldn't. I mean, go for it.
It's terrible. Anyway, it looks great. Welcome to Pour. Tell me your title again.
So I'm the CEO of the Downtown Development Authority and Downtown Lafayette Unlimited.
Okay, and the Downtown Lafayette Unlimited is the nonprofit,
That's
correct?
right.
Okay, so you guys work in tandem to really say, hey, we're down here, we're not dying, we're actually growing, come and see us, and it looks like people are.
Yeah, so an easy way to think about it, the Downtown Development Authority is responsible for working to facilitate development.
Okay.
And the Downtown Lafayette Unlimited is kind of like the Chamber of Commerce for downtown Lafayette. Mm-hmm. Bring businesses together and market and promote downtown. Not just through events, which is what they've done in the past, but through educational series, convening folks, advocating for things, and also coming up alongside DDA to improve the district.
Okay, so you say it's more than events. The events are fun.
Yeah.
Downtown Alive happens. But there are things that go on throughout. I know you guys play a big role in festival that as it just passed. And it means a lot just to have people going down there to see it. Isn't that a big hurdle? Because I think there are some people who just say, you know what, I stay away from downtown. And,
sure.
and personally, I'm a downtowner. I love it. I don't know why you would stay away, but I understand how you could live your life every single day and never touch it. Like never have to go there.
As I think about being from Church Point and, downtown Lafayette being the hub of the region, I really didn't frequent downtown Lafayette when I was a kid.
Yeah.
We didn't go to Downtown Alive or anything like that. And so I could see how that could happen. And even as the city continues to grow and municipalities gain their kind of own autonomy and independence, you could live your life not really coming downtown. So why would you? It's the heart of the city. There's a concentration of restaurants and retail and places to grab a drink. We talk a lot about creating experiences for people downtown. I think people need help with that. Mm-hmm. How can you spend an entire evening downtown?
Yeah.
To where when you park your car in the parking garage, you don't just go one place and go back. You kind of walk up and down. That's what you want to achieve is walkability and people visiting multiple places.
So you guys have open arms. I love to dispel a rumor that the downtown folks just want the downtown folks there.
No, not so.
The arms are open.
Arms are open. Come visit us. There's a lot going on, as you mentioned at the beginning of our chat, and we want the entire Lafayette and Acadiana community to feel like they're a part of downtown Lafayette.
Mm-hmm. In the last several months, we've seen a lot of partnerships. Downtown Alive now has a rain plan.
That's right.
And you have Rock and Bowl who's willing to say, come on down. We have a restaurant and this huge open space with a stage. Those sort of partnerships can happen for every event or really every situation.
That's true. And for me, one of the main things that attracted me about this job is it really comes down to relationships, right? Downtown is a community, and if we leverage all the people with their gifts, talents, really nice buildings that you can utilize for rain plans,
and buildings you can't necessarily rebuild.
There are certain buildings downtown that are trying to figure out exactly what the right mix is. Mm-hmm. When you get off of Jefferson Street, I think we have some work to do to market the other A streets, like Vermilion, Main Street. Main Street doesn't have a whole lot of development aside from public institutions on it right now. But that's one of the things you've heard about in recent months, that we're focused on figuring out how to redevelop Main Street so it can truly feel like a Main Street.
Right?
Right.
So I kind of want to switch gears. I want to talk about you, the person, because we talk so often about folks that are our age, we're very close in age, going other places. I did it, and I was gone, and it pulled me back. It pulled me back to be here. I know it takes a lot of heart to stay where you have seen things when they've been at better days. You've also seen things that were places that people didn't go when you were young, and now people are going again. Is that a motivator, or what is your motivation?
So it's funny that you asked that question. When I was interviewing for this job with the Downtown Development Authority, one of the questions I got asked to me, and it really shocked me, it was the last question, was convince us that you're not just going to pick up and leave and go get a job somewhere else.
That's a lot of pressure.
Right? And so I thought for a minute, and I was like, I don't know what to do with that question. And then, it kind of came to me. I have always lived, worked, played, enjoyed my life within a 20-mile radius of the seat I was sitting in, right?
Yeah.
And I'm 30 years old now. I could have left. I could have left to go to school. I thought about it. I could have left to take a job elsewhere and kind of explore another community and learn from them and come back and bring those lessons. But I really felt like I was led down this path to take this job today because I really have a heart for downtown Lafayette, for Acadiana, and I've made it my home. It's important to me. It's very personal to me that downtown Lafayette and our surrounding area grow and thrive. And I think there are a lot more people like us out there than we kind of talk about. It's no disrespect to those who have left and done other things
some people
elsewhere.
don't go south of La Fonda
That's
either.
right. But I do think there's something special about those of us who have always stayed, and we can go other places to visit and learn things and bring them back. But, really feel compelled to be here.
The criticism often turns to, well, we're not the next Austin. We're not going to be Portland. We're not going to be Charleston. But your background, especially most recently at Acadiana, I feel like some of the things we have seen, just logistics of how different organizations work together, how a downtown can start to thrive, and then it can start to benefit other places. Speak a little bit about that. I mean, what do you learn, and what's maybe the biggest, the most valuable thing you've learned from somewhere else?
So we just got back from Greenville about a month and a half ago now, with a trip with One Acadiana, which was fun because I kind of got to plan it before I left, and then I got to be an attendee for once.
Which is always fun, by the way.
Major things, takeaways for me are downtown Greenville is the calling card for economic development for Greenville. And not just Greenville, the city or the county, but the region. So there's an example of the BMW plant that located in Spartanburg, one county over from where downtown Greenville is located. And the executives from BMW want there to be a thriving downtown Greenville to live in and to attract workers to want to come and move
So will they
to
have
work in the
offices
plant.
there too?
They don't have offices there, but downtown Greenville plays into the mix of why they're attracted to that area. They need a thriving downtown to be able to attract talent. And so it's a symbiotic relationship of counties and understanding the value of downtown Greenville as the hub, the heart, the core. For us, I think we need to think about that. So Mayor Jan Scott Richard from Scott, Louisiana came on the trip. Ken Stansberry from Youngsville was there. And there were a couple folks from Broussard and other places, other parishes in the region. And we heard Ken Stansberry say, for the first time, I realized what a thriving downtown Lafayette could do for Youngsville.
Wow.
So it was an eye-opening trip.
I
think, that and how other cities utilize public-private partnerships to spur development are major takeaways that we could learn from here. We don't need to copy Greenville. We don't need to be Greenville. We need to be Lafayette. But we can certainly learn some lessons.
Maybe like the best version of ourselves.
That's right.
We could be. All right, Anita Begno is here with us. Glass half full. Thanks so much for coming. I have one more question, though, because I kind of like to look into the crystal ball and see, okay, what is the diamond in the rough? Like, if you had to pick somewhere in downtown, whether it's an intersection or a building that you just are constantly inspired about, what it could be, what would that place be?
So I'm going to say two places.
Okay,
so you mentioned the Anita Triangle. I can see Rock and Bowl Spoonbill, Carpathian Pops, and the Buchanan garage and the land around it from my window. So I'm next door to the old federal courthouse. That stretch of Jefferson Street where Buchanan Parking Garage and the old federal courthouse face each other has enormous significance for the future of downtown Lafayette. But as we go down Jefferson Street over to the Cypress Street area where the downtown sign is, Waiter moving into the Lemoyne building, Rev is always hopping.
It is.
That dog is a beautiful building across the street from it. And that general area, I've talked to a lot of folks about locating along Buchanan Street right there. Those two ends of Jefferson Street, I see those as anchors. And I think you're going to start to see a lot more development on the Cypress side of Jefferson Street. So now we have like stuff to drive to from one side to the other.
Yeah, that's cool.
And so those two areas I think hold a lot of promise, and then the development will infill in the middle and outward to the fringes. I think when you see those two anchor areas really thrive.
Awesome. Anita Begno, thanks for coming by.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you.
You can find all the episodes of Glass Half Full online now at kpel965.com. You're episode 2. You are Miss May.
I'm Miss May.
Congratulations.
Only followed by the awesome Brandon.
All right, we have some work to do. See you next time.
Glass Half Full is brought to you by Pour Restaurant and Bar, Service Chevrolet Cadillac, and shortandfat.com. Watch every episode of Glass Half Full online now at kpel965.com.